Question for all three. Can you be any more specific about any moments at Penn that really locked you into the career you have now, or really helped you, really helped you to get where you are, or there's a certain moment where you thought, wow, that moment at Penn really helped me out?
I honestly can't think of one.
I did creative writing classes because that was my focus, and there are two. One is a teacher. I had written a short story that was sort of based on stuff that was going on with my family, and she encouraged me to submit it to a contest, and I got some award or something. And so that was the first time I sort of thought, oh, maybe I could be a writer. And then I had a great mentor there, like my thesis advisor, who we used to have tea, and we'd go over my short stories. And so definitely, Penn is where I knew I wanted to be a writer.
Is your mentor still there?
I think he is. I have to admit, I haven't spoken to him.
What was his
in a
name?
long time. Professor Slavic. He wrote a lot of book reviews, and he was actually incredibly terrifying at first. Like he would say, remember somebody read something and she threw up into the porcelain bowl, and he said, no, where would she throw up? Like, intimidation.
Sure.
Inspiration from intimidation.
It's the best form of education.
Well, mine's kind of complicated. You know, I will say that through the communications took a film class. What was that guy's name, Matt? Who did the film class? He's the head of the department. I can't remember his name.
The young guy who went to first class to
We'll never forget the impact.
He was at.
I remember this guy touched his soul.
He taught at Seinfeld, where Seinfeld went to college.
Queens College.
Queens College.
In the stars?
Yeah, it's a prison stars.
Someone else said that, it wasn't.
But, you know, anyway, it was, going back to the whole thing, I always was pre-med, but I always had other interests, and I remember just absolutely loving every second of that class. Always sort of in the back of my head said, there has to be some way to combine the two. I have no idea how, but there has to be some way to sort of get back and combine back to my other interests, and then, of course, the times that I performed at Penn.
What shows were you in?
Really?
Yeah, really.
Anybody else care? I was in Guys and Dolls. Played Nathan Detroit.
There you go. See?
Little Shop of Horrors. I played Mr. Mushnick.
See?
I was in HMS Pinafore, Matt's favorite show. I was in, you guys know Monty from the Glee Club, and
yeah.
I was in Penn Singers, and so you know, they did every year they would do a Gilbert and Sullivan musical, and so I starred in a couple of those, which was great.
I like hearing your story. I do.
It was fun.
Go ahead, Sherri.
I produced a show that the lead in the show Burn This is here, Julie, who I haven't seen since.
Oh,
so that's pretty crazy, right? I haven't seen her since. I did theater stuff.
Now, it is always, you know, the guy, I was in a few shows at Penn. I was in the first collegiate produced sitcom, at least the one at Penn, called Menage a Quad. Fantastic. About a crazy roommate mix-up where a guy rooms with a girl. It was scandalous at the time. Directed by a guy who has now made a fabulous, fabulous living running gay cruises. That is true. He's made a bloody fortune, and I knew he was a good organizer of people, and that's what he's doing now. But that was his Penn background.